Obviously, we're only a couple of days into the new year, so I haven't got the final figures for clean it, cut it, fill it for the last financial year, or indeed the date for the last 4 or 5 days, but that will certainly be coming to Cabinet as we go through. However, there are important changes in the Environment Department and the way that Council delivers its services. We start the bin rounds on the 8th of May. Roughly 79% of all bin collections will be on a different day. So I urge all residents to take note of the new days that their bins will be collected. That will be communicated to them by letter and via social media. So just to keep a lookout for that to make sure your bins are out on right days. We envisage that it will go perfectly as it always does. However, in reality, there will be bins that will be missed, and we'd ask all residents to contact the council via the app, and if not, to give us a call, but not give us a call on that day, give us a call the following day, as we will have a later bin service picking up all those parts of the borough that have been missed whilst the operators get used to the new rounds. And as we know, with new rounds, there are obviously new challenges that may not have been picked up in the trial runs. Our £1.2 million parks programme for the next 3 years has started last week or so, and that will see capital investment in many of Thurrock's play and park areas. Access to the park's green space is one of the things that scored really highly on the resident survey, so we are really listening and putting their money where they want it spent. And as a good example, in my own ward, the equipment that I reported damaged way back in May of last year has now been replaced, and good to see children already making use of it during the Easter holidays. Obviously with the good weather we had, hopefully they'll be using it for the rest of the year, and that will be the same in other parks right across the borough. We received £819,000 in support from the Homes and Community Agency to support improvements to our council housing stock and to identify when new houses can be built. Whilst that sounds like an easy job to do, it isn't. We need to make sure that these homes are not just being thrown into the same areas, they're not just stacking them in tighter. We need to make sure we're supplying good quality homes and a good quality place for all of our residents. And that includes those, especially those in council homes. And I want to make sure that we are putting them not only where they're needed, but where residents can then access work and access travel to and from work to improve their overall lives. We've also received £481,000 from the DFT, the new money from the National Productivity Fund. And that's to help with pothole action. So where it comes to fill it, this government's put even more money in for us to put it into potholes to make our roads safer. So past week or so, that's an extra £1.3 million taxpayers' money being given back to Thurrock by this government to improve the lives of our residents. I'm sure Councillor Head will cheer on this one. Thurrock Council has been working with Barrett's and Essex Police to install the nuisance biker signage at the east of the borough following complaints from residents. The first sign will work as the first official warning, meaning police can then take enforcement action as soon as the offence is committed. I know this has blighted the area, but certainly around Butts Lane and East Tilbury. It is, I understand the thrill and fascination of riding bikes across rough ground, but let's be realistic about this. This is affecting people's lives, and it needs to be controlled and stopped. A trading standards team, fraud team, working hard on successful prosecutions for retailers selling dangerous products, counterfeit tobacco, with somebody admitting 2 charges of engaging in misleading practices under the Consumer Protection and Unfair Trading Regulations. Again, we are making sure our residents are safe when they buy things in the borough and when they procure services from service providers such as builders. If residents do feel that they've not got the service they should have received for the money they paid, they need to contact the council straight away. The quicker we can get onto it, the more likely we are to get a prosecution. We've started the work with Hyper Optic. This is a company, and they do IT support, and I'll be working with residents in areas of high population density, which is a posh word for estates, and the high-rise blocks to support access to high-quality, fast internet. I will release more information as soon as I get a lot more firm dates of when this will start. But what this will mean is our residents will be able to, council residents in the beginning, will be able to access fast internet services on a pay-as-you-go basis or on a much cheaper tariff than a lot of the services that are provided across the borough. This is not a contract with them. This is an understanding with Hyperoptic that they will supply it. If any other suppliers will come forward and put their equipment there as well, they're obviously equally welcome to come to us and have that discussion. This will help with inclusion for our residents that may not be exactly flush with money and will need access to good internet connections. And we, as I understand, are one of the first councils in the south of England that are actually providing the service along with Hyperoptic. At 1:36 p.m. on Tuesday the 28th of March, this makes it sound like a previous engagement we used to have, we issued our 1,000th penalty ticket for littering in Thurrock.
Yeah.
And before you asked, there wasn't a special prize for the 1,000th ticket. They still will need to pay the £80. We can't. We can't double it as much as some people may want to. They will still need to pay it. And obviously, all those that have given not paid it, we are pursuing them and we will be taking them to court in due course. We also will be asking to be able to identify people that are giving us fake names and fake addresses. Trust me, you can run, but you cannot hide. If you litter in Thurrock, we will do everything within our power to make sure that you pay and that you hopefully learn that lesson and won't do it again. I have agreed to write to James Berry, Member of Parliament for Kingston and Surbiton, to ask that we be excluded from continuing to fund the Lee Valley Park. This park is 35 miles away, same distance as Hyde Park, yet we have to bankroll it to nearly 4% of our budget for country parks here in Thurrock. It's unfair, it really is. We tried this before, we probably didn't go the right way around it and just stop the money, but we need to get back up from Parliament to say that actually Thurrock shouldn't continue to pay for this park. It doesn't directly affect residents here. It is a good drive around the M25. It's a very long journey by train, very expensive journey by train at that. And we would much prefer to spend Thurrock money in Thurrock on parks that our residents can access.